Season 3, Episode 4 of The Wheel of Time was one of the best episodes of fantasy TV in recent memory. It recreated two of the most iconic chapters in The Wheel of Time and brought to life Rand's trial in Ruidian, where he learned the history of the Aiel through the eyes of his ancestors. Through 6 different time periods in history, it's revealed that the current Aiel and Tuathan were both descended from a peaceful group of people who served the Aes Sedai and followed the way of the leaf before the appearance of the Dark One and the breaking of the world. Both groups had abandoned part of their oath and duty to the Aes Sedai to follow the way of the leaf and protect the powerful sa'angreal Sakarnan. The Tuathan kept the way of the leaf, but abandoned their duty to protect the Sakarnan in search of a song they had lost from before the breaking. The Aiel continued to protect the Sakarnan, but abandoned the way of the leaf. It is shocking to learn that the Aiel, a warrior society that prided itself on its fighting prowess and strict adherence to honor and duty, with strange rules of veiling their faces in battle and using only spears instead of swords, had abandoned their oath to keep the peaceful way of life. Their warrior culture was the result of them abandoning the honor and duty they held so dear, and their veils and spears were ways to hide their shame of being oath-breakers. In this way, they were not much different from the Tuathan that they disdained, and they were also lost ones in their own way. The other shocking revelation in the episode was that the Dark One was released by Lanfear when she was a scientist trying to search for a new power source to help make the world better. It was a tragic accident that instead of making the world better, she has started the destruction of the utopian society that was the Age of Legends. This episode was fantasy storytelling and world building at its best, but it wouldn't have been possible without the foundation that was laid by previous episodes of the show. In reality, this was an episode that was 3 seasons in the making, as the writers started laying the groundwork for this episode way back in Season 1. There were many breadcrumbs laid out by the show during Seasons 1 and 2 to help the viewers understand the significance of what Rand learns during his trial in Ruidian. In the very first episode of The Wheel of Time, Moiraine reveals to Rand, Perrin, Mat, and Egwene that one of them was the prophesied Dragon Reborn, fated to face the Dark One to save the world. The actual prophecy, which started Moiraine's journey to search for the Dragon Reborn, was revealed in Season 2, Episode 7, Cold Open. It is a search that ends with Moiraine leading Rand, Perrin, Mat, and Egwene out of the 2 rivers to escape the Myrddraal and Trollocs, who were ordered by the Dark One to hunt for them, beginning the story of the Wheel of Time. In Season 1, Episode 3, Egwene and Perrin meet the Tuathan, also known as the Tinkers, on the road to Tar Valon, and learn that they are searching for a song. In the same episode, Mat and Rand see a dead Aiel in a cage on the road to Tar Valon, and Mat learns from Tom Merrilin that the Aiel are great warriors who veil their faces when they fight. It is our first introduction to the 2 current-day branches of the Gen Aiel, and learned of 2 important aspects of their culture: the Tuathan search for a song, and the Aiel's veiling of their faces in battle. In the next episode, Perrin Egwene learns the importance of the Way of the Leaf, a form of pacifism to the Tuathan's way of life. Isla tells Perrin how she hopes the Way of the Leaf will make the world better for her dead daughter when she is reborn. Aron tells Egwene about how some Tuathans give up the Way of the Leaf like leaves that are blown away from the tree, a foreshadowing of future events to come, when in Season 3, Episode 7, Aram leaves the Way of the Leaf behind, picking up a sword to kill a Trolloc and protect the child. It is an echo of the road to the sphere taken by the Aiel, showing the fragility of pacifism in a world filled by chaos and war. In Episode 5, we first get the hints of Rand's ancestry when Rand and Mat arrive in Tar Valon. Rand sees Dragonmount and feels he has seen it before, and then meets Loyal, who mistakes him for an Aiel man. We get further introduction to the Aiel in episode 7 Cold Open, when we meet an Aiel Maiden of the Spear and see the fighting prowess of the Aiel as she battles and kills multiple soldiers while pregnant. Her condition, however, causes her to be fatally injured during the fight as she goes into labor. Later in the episode, we learn that Rand was not Tam's biological son, and his fears that he was the prophesied dragon reborn. Min told Rand that her visions showed him to be the son of the Aiel maiden we met in the Cold Open, who gave birth to him with Tam's help on Dragonmount before dying. This confirmed Rand's fear that he was indeed the dragon reborn. In Season 2, Episode 5, Perrin meets the Aiel Maiden of the Spear, Avienda, and frees her from being caged by the White Cloaks. Avienda tells Perrin the Aiels call the Aiel Waste the Threefold Land, a shaping stone to make them, a testing ground to prove their worth, and a punishment for the sin. The sin then committed was so long ago that they no longer remember what it was. She has left the Threefold Land to search for the Karakan, the chief of chiefs. Avienda introduces the term Aiel used for battle, dancing the spears, and the concept of Jiyato, the sense of honor and duty that is so central to the Aiel way of life. The Aiel's views on Jiyato were reinforced again when Bane and Chiad helped Avienda meet her toe for not being able to defend the fallen comrade. As Season 2 ended with Rand atop the tower framed by the blazing dragon, Avienda realizes that Rand is the Karakan that she had been searching for. As Season 3 begins, Avienda tells Rand that to become the Karakan, he needs to face the trial of Ruidin. Rand discovers that he needs the help of the people of the dragon to retrieve Kalandor from the Stone of Tyr, eventually realizing the Aiel were the people of the dragon. He tells Moiraine and Lan that he has decided to go to the Aiel Waste instead of Tyr. On the way to the Aiel Waste, Avienda stresses that swords are not the Aiel way, and reveals that the Karakan is both a blessing and a curse to the Aiel, bringing both creation and destruction. He is destined to spill the Aiel blood as water on sand, and break them as dry twigs, saving only a remnant of a remnant. As Rand's party reaches the Aiel Waste, they encounter the Aiel chief and wise one, Ruark and Bear. Bear reveals more of the prophecy of the Karakan, of the blood but not raised by the blood, who will tie the Aiel together with bonds they cannot break, bringing them back home and destroying them. As Rand and the Aiel head to Ruidin, they encounter the bodies of some dead Tuatha. The Aiel reveal the strange relationship they have with the Tuatha, calling them lost ones whom no Aiel will attack. They look down on the Tuatha'an's unwillingness to defend themselves, the antithesis of the warrior culture of the Aiel. Later in the episode, Lanfear visits Rand in his dreams and tells Rand about the most powerful female sangreal ever made, called the Sarkarnan, which has the potential to destroy the Dark One, setting the final piece of the puzzle in place before the Road to the Spear episode. It is these moments spent by the show to set up the culture of the Tuatha'an and Aiel over the episodes leading up to the Road of the Spear that set the foundation for the impact of the reveal in the Ruidin episode, and makes the ending scene of Rand carrying Moiraine out of Ruidin especially poignant and emotional, setting up the ending of the season finale when Rand reveals the truth to the Aiel and shatters their understanding of their culture. It is a credit to the writers of the show who, with their beautiful storytelling, opened our hearts and minds to a new fantastical world.